Om Shanti, everyone. Welcome to the next normal. I'm your host, Sister Jenna. We're broadcasting from the exquisite Brahma Kumaris Meditation Museums. I did a session on anger, and a lot of folks have asked me to share more on this and to expand on what the conversation on anger was about, because I had gone into it in the terms of once you step out of your self-respect, then you will get pretty annoyed with yourself and with everything else around you. It is quite an interesting energy in the soul because it builds. You just don't get angry just because of one thing that happens. There's something happening before, and you put it in context. There might be a thought that you have not been able to identify, nor were you aware of, in regards to a relationship you're having with someone, or the way a situation is unfolding in front of your eyes or in your life, or even with your team dynamics, or even with your country. I won't even talk about that. That's a completely different topic with what's happening in our country. But the whole notion of anger, it's like a collision. It's like a major accident that happens where you kind of took your eye off the road. And I want you to imagine the road being the awareness that your natural religion as a living entity, a living soul, is peace. It's your religion, it's your dharna, and your dharma is what you live by. Your natural religion is peace. It's the natural nature of the soul. The natural nature of your soul is peace. And as you're driving down this road, or you're on this path of peace within you, drivers come in, other people come in with their own way of being. They've taken their eye off the road, and I want you to imagine the road to be your path to peace, your path to peace. And it kind of jars you, but you continue. And then it happens again and again. And you start to maybe create the thought, oh, these drivers, oh, these people, why don't you watch the road? People always tell you, why don't you watch the road? Why don't you watch your peace? Don't forget your original religion of the soul is peace. In the Brahma Kumaris teaching, the first lesson of Raj Yoga is to consider yourself a peaceful soul. It's the first lesson. I can't tell you how many times we get off the road and an accident happens. You get upset with this one. You get frustrated with that one. You become anxious. You overthink. You seek revenge. You look at somebody doing well and you don't wish them well. These are all peaceless thoughts. You are jealous of someone. Peacelessness. It's a form of anger, you know. In whatever way you lose your peace, you have stepped into the mode and the path of anger. Do not define yourself as not being an angry person because you're not yelling and screaming at people. You could be one of those people who keep your feelings quiet because you're scared of anyone knowing, you're scared of losing your job, you're scared of your spouse, you're scared of your mother-in-law, you're scared of what other people will say if you do it, so you suppress the waste thoughts, the peaceless thoughts. And internally, you are becoming more angry with yourself for letting an external foreign force outside of you to enter into your inner kingdom, to get onto your road, to interfere on your path. You let it happen. It's They're doing their thing, but why did you forget your original religion of being a peaceful soul? Why did you do that? Why? And many of us do it over and over again. To have a thought about yourself, I'm not good enough, why did I mess up? This one doesn't like me, why is it like that? They shouldn't have been like that. These thoughts do emerge. And they are forms of anger because now you've lost your peace. The opposite to peace is anger. The opposite to anger is peace. And when you lose that self-respect, it's like your entire kingdom within you collapses. It's a build-up. 1 thought, 5 thoughts, 20 thoughts, 100, 1,000 thoughts of peacelessness in you. He, she, they, did, why, what, how. And before you know it, you just can't keep it in. It comes out like a tsunami. It's a tsunami of every waste thought you've ever had. And for whatever reason, you, that powerful Atma, that powerful soul that you are, you cannot control that little tongue of yours that is just maybe 2 or 3 inches long. And you say things you didn't mean. You say things that you wish you hadn't said. But you were thinking them, or else they would have never come out of your mouth. And not only are you expressing the hurt that's within you, because you've stopped understanding your original religion of being a peaceful soul, but the consequence of the damage it causes in your relationships, in the environment, with your financial stability, definitely with your own body. If even just in this segment alone, you practice Om Shanti, peace is my religion. I am a peaceful being. I am a peaceful soul. And then as that thought of peace keeps growing in you, it becomes very challenging, very difficult for you to compromise that peace over a small thing. Did you see how he cut in front of me? Did you see the way he looked at me? Don't you see that they totally misunderstood what I said? Well, why did she have to do this now? You're like, forget all of that. So he cuts off in front of you, so that waste behavior, so that disappointment, jealousy, disheartenment, revenge, regret, guilt, shame, whatever it is that comes onto your path, onto that road towards your destination, you're like, it's okay, man. Go around it. I'm sure you've had one of those drivers who just cut right in front of you. What? Okay, brother, peace. There was a guy yesterday, I was heading to a meeting, and he just stopped like right in the middle of the road. Just stopped. And he's on his phone. And he's completely engaged in a conversation that he has no idea. There is a queue. There are cars behind him. And I was the second car. I was the car right directly behind him. And as a result of him just stopping, there were other cars in front or trying to make a left. I don't know how many. And I just blew the horn. Brother, he gives me the finger. And I'm like, what is happening to souls. He's the one that just stopped in the middle of the road on his phone. I'm just trying to get him out of that space. And you see what he did. And so I did this. Peace, man. I just had to let it go. I didn't want his vibrations on me. I can't forget my religion. And you shouldn't too. Don't get off of the seat of your self-respect. Don't let anything get onto your road of fulfilling your religion of peace. And if it does, and it does shake you up, be wise enough, pull back, pull the brakes on it a little bit, pause, go around it. Go to another path that is going to take you there. There's so much damage caused because of this vice of anger. So many relationships are broken because of this anger. People are going to war because of anger. People don't trust each other anymore because people are so angry with themselves, but then they point the finger at others. If you haven't broken your religion of peace, nobody can make you get angry. Nobody. You have that wisdom. And so this anger burns. It breaks, it crumbles. It's like an earthquake. It's a fire. It destroys. We think being angry is controlling a relationship or a situation, but it's actually weakening it and destroying it. So here's what I would like to invite you to do. Practice, 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 reminding yourself, my religion is peace. My religion is peace. That's who I am. And not do it when they've kind of taken you over on the road. Do it before it happens. My religion is peace. Om Shanti. Om, I am Shanti. Peace. It's my religion. It's my power. It's my self-respect. It's my self-worth. I'm here to construct and build my society. I am not contributing to destroying it. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Let's take a moment and have a little bit of meditation. And I hope that something went in that made sense for you today to recognize either you divide your world and break it into pieces, or you build it up and put it into one piece. P-E-A-C-E. Let's meditate.
Our world and my relationship to it. Sometimes when I think of our world, it seems a little large, impersonal. $5.5 billion souls inhabit our world. And yet each one of those souls is an individual. Each has their own life, as I do. Each has a heart, as I do. And each has a place, as I do, in our world. Perhaps it's a little too easy to think in generalizations, to see the world as a nameless, faceless crowd of people. And then it becomes just a little too easy to be harsh or judgmental, intolerant. But when I think of our world as a planet full of beautiful, creative individuals, it's so much easier to have an attitude of good wishes, pure feelings for those with whom I share this planet. When I think of my own personal relationships, the circle is quite small. But when I consider that each individual has a circle of relationships, it's easy to imagine how they all interconnect. One large family of individuals. This is my relationship to our world. And in the form of a beautiful light, I send my good wishes to each individual.
Good wishes and pure feelings will support your religion of peace. And a lack of good wishes and pure feelings make you peaceless, and you forget your religion, actually. Let's take a look at what awakened intelligence, if I've made any mark today, if anything is supported. Sometimes you feel like, are you competing with the awakened intelligence or not? And you're not, you're supporting. Maybe you don't say everything in the right way, but others come and offer one idea that helps. So you're a support. There's no competition with AI. Pause and breathe. Very important. Identify the triggers. Recognize what triggers your anger. Practice empathy. Very important. Use I statements. A lot of times people to kind of deflect from their responsibility. They'll say, well, we think. Well, who's we, white man? There's a saying the Native American Indians used to say. Communicate your feelings using, this is how I feel. Seek solutions. Don't blame anyone for anything. If your peace is disturbed, that's on you. Engage in physical activity, practice mindfulness and meditation, watch your next normal. Develop emotional awareness. Understand and acknowledge your emotions. Don't suppress them. One of the worst things you can do. Talk it through, write it out. Set boundaries. Know your limits and set boundaries with others until you become unlimited. Don't stay there, because you could make your world become very small. And as Chad always says, seek professional help. I love it. So now let's move to our beautiful, beloved Sister Gita effect. As you all know, the Sister Gita effect emerged because after she passed away, literally, hundreds of people sent in stories and messages about what they were feeling about her and how they had sightings of her and how she was taking them to God. So she had such an impact on us when she was here in her role. And now, let's listen to some of her wisdom.
I am extracting this reading from the book Feeling Great by Daddy Yankee, and I'm being reminded that there are 4 ways we forget how to feel great. One of them is forgetfulness, one is illusion, the next is busyness, and the next is disconnection to the source. Whatever part I'm playing, whatever is going on with me at the moment, accept it. And it opened up a light, came up in me. So one of the ways to get back, there are 5 ways. I'm going to read the idea of recognize that you have a recurring upheaval or problem. Admit to the self that something in you keeps coming back, irrespective of the person or situation that triggers the reaction. For example, you might feel unappreciated, misused, disregarded, unable to find cooperative person. You might have economic problems or feel rejected or resentful. This is not about projecting blame onto others or situations. Recognize. It is about recognizing that everything good or bad begins with the self. This brings a great liberation because you know that you have all the inner resources to solve anything that has its roots in yourself. Although you can seek cooperation from others, ultimately you have to do what needs to be done yourself. Acknowledge that the source of pain requires a change in your attitudes, thoughts, and perception. When you take this responsibility, you will stop feeling guilty, and instead, you will feel free to choose where you want to go and what direction your life will move in. Honesty with the self never makes you feel guilty. Instead, it makes you feel great because at last you have the courage to face yourself, and you have the faith that by practicing positive thoughts, your world will change for the better. Please recognize. Thank you. Have a feeling great day.
Thank you, Sister Gita. We will have a feeling great day for sure. Just such a loving, pure environment. I'm telling you, if you're not studying Raj Yoga meditation, what are you doing with your lives? It can become the most exquisite experience ever. And I think you all could have felt the vibrations. So the Aviak signal, the messages from above today is to continue to donate unceasingly, especially through the power of your thoughts, the power of your words, through the color of your company, through love-full relationships, and through your limitless treasure of happiness, is to have mercy for others and to keep uplifting everyone. So these Avyak signals, our focus is on how to uplift those who are defaming you. So everyone, did you enjoy it? To everybody, Faith and Indu and Shami, Skippy, Joanne, thanks so much for joining us today. I hope there was something that touched your heart and made you feel much better about yourself. In order to reduce this energy of attachment that just warps your perception of your existence, practice loving everybody the same. Just practice it. You'll be so liberated. Take care. See you tomorrow.
Have you been feeling overwhelmed, stressed, out of balance lately? Do you crave for a pocket of peace and tranquility in your busy life, but you struggle to find the time or space? Then we have the perfect solution for you, Meditation on Wheels. It's an RV sanctuary traveling in the metropolitan Washington D.C. area, offering transformative meditation experiences. It's a movable oasis of calm at your doorstep. Book us today to come to your business, school, government space, or event. Why? We bring the calm to you. meditationonwheels.com